Have you ever thought what these pockets are for on jeans? They seem to be useless, but actually they were designed to fit Paco games in here.
Hi, my name is Alina.
And I'm Ilja. And today we're taking a look at a new series of backer games. Here we have Gym, Rum, So, and Orc.
We'll give you a brief overview of the games. So, in Gym is card drafting and hand management game. You're trying to pick the best students for different sporting events. You can manipulate teams quite a lot, so it's not as easy. And you have bullies. They're bad at sports, but really good at influencing events and coaches.
Yeah. The second game is in Rum. In Rum, you're playing pirates who are looting a shipwreck. You're basically collecting sets of rum cards and trying to play them as sets and score more points. There's also a push your luck elements where you can accidentally get a parrot who will steal your rum and is also a timer for the game.
So is a gardening game that uses set collection. In this game, you're planting seeds and growing flowers in order to collect the most beautiful bouquet. You do all that in circle using really smartly Bankala mechanic.
Yeah, and finally in Orc, you are representing orcs who are trying to dominate different territories. You need to plan your attacks carefully and play right colors into right spots. The best balanced strategy will win the game for you. Our thoughts may vary on these games. So, what do you think about them as a whole set?
I'm really pleased with the new set. I actually feel they are better than the first set. So the games have more elements in them and they're definitely much more beautiful.
Yeah, they're much more beautiful, I will tell you that as well. I'm not sure if they are better than the previous Packer games. They're all good for me, except maybe a few that I might not like, but it's just a personal opinion and people like different games from these sets. But if we go into now the new set, what you're gonna get here and why you should get it even if you have a first pack. In my opinion, first of all, it's more colorful and it has some new mechanics. For example, you have a Mancala mechanic in So. I haven't seen that before, and you have some unique theme, although the theme is not as strong in these games.
I think it's quite hard to make them really
Yeah.
highly thematical. Though I really felt the theme in Gym.
Yeah, Gym was maybe, or Rum even, probably. So and Orc were more abstract. But let's go back to So. So itself, the Mancala mechanic here is really smart, as you are trying to place seeds and put them into spots that you need and not your opponent needs. So you can help your opponent by playing not so good for yourself.
Yeah, there are certain colors that you want to collect. There is not all different colors, but for example, if you have yellow, you want to collect flowers that have yellow color in them.
Yeah, and sometimes you need to bluff a little because when somebody gets to know exactly in first two turns what color you have, then you're probably screwed because he will not give you any of these colors. That's the thing. The Orc is really different game here. You have different colored orcs and then you're trying to score points. It's almost the same as the score mechanic is almost the same as in Hue, where the cards that stay in your hand at the end of the game will score you points. But here you score points for the territories that are in front of you and also extra points from the hands. And I think the most points come from a hand.
Yes,
basically.
and you can actually have more cards in the hand. It's not just one card that you can have in the hand.
Yeah.
And you can play your game so that you will collect more of cards in hand. So that you will play less on the table and collect more in hand.
Yeah.
So that is really different.
It's cool how it's more of like a resource management as well, where you're trying to play as few orcs as you can, so you can have more orcs at the end of the game that will score you more points, but they will not score you anything if you will not control these territories. and that's a really smart mechanic in my opinion. And the last rounds of this game are more like, all right, so I need to abandon these points to get other points and to get that territory so I can get more points eventually. There's a lot of that balancing and strategy in this game. That's why I like it quite much.
And I would add that actually there is a really neat, like the tie breaking. I would even say it's a mechanic already, because it's a really important part of the game, because you want to like win the territories not just by the majority of the orc clans you have, but by the ties and the previously conquered territories.
Yeah, you have a so you go like in a certain direction to the game box. You break ties by that, and if the next there's like the thing is that if the next territory is conquered, it breaks the tie of the newly attacked one. So whoever has won the adjacent territory will get that new territory. But the thing is, if there is no that adjacent territory, or it's like there's tie as well, or nobody has conquered it yet, the new territory will be frozen, and then you will leave it until some territories will score. You know, it can make a chain reaction and so on. So it's, I think we, at least I have explained it a bit messy, but you will get it when you play.
It is quite complicated and quite tight game, so it might sound messy, but it's actually really good.
What do you think about Rum? Because Rum for me was a most random game out of them. It's thinky, but not that much. You have a lot of random if you basically have a pile of cards that you are, that's a push-a-luck element. You have a pile of cards that you are collecting cards from, and you can get something good, something bad, although there are some face-up cards as well that you can choose.
I wouldn't say that the rum is thinky, but the rum is most fun, because there you have the tension, like if you draw the card, if that's gonna be a parrot or not, and that's fun. That's like the easy, I think this is the shortest one as well, 50, no, maybe not. But yeah, that's the short game, and that's one, the fun to play with the friends.
Yeah, and I like that aspect, as you have few face-up cards that you can take, but you still want to take maybe something else and risk. And also a parrot is a timing in the game, and it's also sometimes really smart to try to get parrot to end the game when you have a majority in points, you know. So I like Ram as well, maybe not that much as maybe Orc or Jim.
I like it quite a lot.
But yeah, it's almost the same level for me. So, and it's beautiful as well. It's really colorful and it's just fun. It's just most fun. It's not that thinking. The Gym, I'm not sure. Maybe I like the Gym most myself.
It's definitely my favorite of these ones.
I really like the pictures of students there. They're really well done, cartoony, yeah. And you have these, mostly in the other games where you have just a cards and you play the cards. For example, in Orc, you just have territories and you play cards into territories. Here you have sort of similar thing. You are playing cards into territories, but these territories also grant you special abilities to manipulate the kids on the table already. And you can manipulate your opponent's kids and screw with their plans, or trying to set up that you will have a better option to play new cards and so on. Yeah.
So in this game you first pick the kids, like 12 kids in hand, or depending on player amount.
It feels really thematic that you're picking a team. Like, you know, you're a captain picking a team for
But the kids that you'll have, like 12 kids you'll have in hand, is not the themes you're gonna get. You can lose quite a lot of them and you can steal from opponents. So this managing is quite tense and quite mean as well. Though I would say it might be AP Pro game, because the special abilities that you can like take makes you think, because you can put a coach to protect your team against manipulating, and it goes back and forth. And
what I like as well in Gym, you have 6 different sports there, like the territories, let's say, the cards with special abilities, and only 4 of them will like enter the game and become territories. and it's basically your decision as well. Whenever you are picking up a bully card, like basically, first of all, you're drafting cards. Whenever you pick up a bully card, you can advance the sports on a track. And the sports that will be furthest on the track will be selected for the game. And that's cool. Some of them, like for example, if I'm collecting kids that are like great in green color, but eventually if the green color will not enter the game, then these players, these kids will be no benefit for me. So yeah, I think I like Gym the most, although all the games are, I think, really cool, and they're all really different, and that's what appeals to me.
There's one more thing that is really awesome for all of these games is the size. You just look at the size, they're so tiny, so these are truly micro games. And the fun they get out of them is tons. These are just perfect trial games. You can fit them in the bag, in the pocket, you can fit them literally anywhere.
Oh yeah.
Like anywhere.
And also, there's a Kickstarter coming up for these games, so this is only a preview of the prototype. And the Kickstarter is coming on 3rd March. We're gonna post a link when the link comes up on a 3rd March, of course. And you should go and back this awesome game. You will probably get 4 games. Maybe you'll get more for stretch goals, like it was with the previous Kickstarter of them. And also there was like a really cool pouch with the first set of them. I hope they'll make another pouch. Oh, probably they will make that. And so even if you don't really want these games, then just back it for the pouch, because the pouch is great. Yeah.
Well, actually, I can't think of any single reason why you shouldn't back the game and get those.
Yeah, they are tiny, they are probably cheap, really cheap to ship as well. So the shipping will probably be lower. I think now it's for you to decide. You have some time till the 3rd March, and then on the 3rd March, just click pledge now and pledge for this game. And thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Bye bye.